The SEC is going after Gemini, Binance, and Coinbase, which is a huge move towards shutting down crypto in the United States. What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Hack Crypto, where we hack all of our Web3 education. If you guys are brand new here and you like to learn about new things in the Web3 space, smash that subscribe button with notifications on. This episode, I'm going to be going over the current situation with the SEC suing all of these different exchanges, and specifically CRO or crypto.com that I worked with quite a while on this channel, and I'm a big fan of. Ultimately, they've done a good job in getting the market to really adopt their technology. They have 80 million registered users, so it is a huge application. But things are turning a little bit dark on that side of things with the SEC. And I wanted to dive into one of the reports that I saw here where they shut down their services in the US, focused on the institutional side of things. And this here from the street says that the Singapore-based crypto.com is shutting down the institutional services on its platform due to the current market landscape. This is a bleak statement because the US has failed multiple times to basically adopt and allow regulation to come in and allow people to follow the rules. And the crazy irony of what happened today was Gemini and Coinbase and Binance, the two or the three that are all sort of at the front lines here, have gotten these lawsuits from the SEC, and they literally just approved this company called, I think it was Promethean, and it was a digital securities company that was issuing securities, and they literally approved it the same time that they're suing these exchanges. So it's just a mess. But also, I want to talk about BidFi, and BidFi is a new partner of the channel. I've been testing out the exchange, playing around with it, and it is a really fantastic way to play around with the different meme tokens that are taking place. I've covered quite a few here on the channel in the past, but I wanted to really dig into this. I'm going to do a series about BidFi, and some of the kind of rewards that they're doing right now are substantial. So they are having a meme coin trading contest with 9,000 USDT as the prize. And they have, of course, all of the abilities to go on and learn, and they give out tokens for learning, which is a beautiful thing. I've always been invested in the earn and learn concept, and a ton of different meme coins on here and a ton of different tokens listed on here. So I like the idea of getting people involved and getting tokens in their hands quickly. As a quick disclaimer, I did reach out to the BidFi team, partnered with them. So this is technically a sponsored review, but I am really bullish on the platform, and I'm excited to really help get some education out there, because the whole earning while you learn and everything is a beautiful concept that I believe in. So a lot of things I'm going to cover about BidFi over the next couple of videos that I'm going to do on their platform, but the copy trading is what they're most known for, I believe, because you're able to basically copy expert traders' moves. And this is a big thing because a lot of people that are new to trading and that are getting involved in trading, I'm not a trader, so copying other people's professional moves, when you can see what they've done, their gains, everything, is such a cheat code. It's crazy. The only comparable was eToro that was trying to effectively have you follow people and things like that. It was like a social piece to trading, but this is a really fantastic way of following experts on this exchange specifically. The link to BidFi will be in the description below. Definitely click on that, check it out. Let me know your thoughts, and let me know your favorite meme coins that are on there, and just overall what you think of BidFi. And there's going to be more on that exchange over the course of the next couple of months here on the channel, just because I'm bullish on it, and I like the idea that they have done this copy trading and all the different rewards that they have people getting tokens in their hand immediately when they get onto the platform through learning. With the SEC coming after all of these big exchanges like Coinbase and Binance to really make a splash in this space and shut down the on-ramps, what you have here is Robinhood as the next one up, which is delisting Solana, Cardano, Polygon, and a lot of different cryptos to really try and distance themselves from any sort of regulatory issues, because they're mainly stocks, and getting into that fight is not one that they want to get into. And I think that with crypto.com and CRO, their token, they're trying to scale back and get away from the institutional services they were offering And they do say that their retail app is going to continue, which I think is a really fascinating move on their part. I mean, they do have millions of users here. So I do believe they're going to continue to try and keep that alive as their retail application in the US. But that is still to be determined what that looks like. So there is a lot of rumors flying around as to which exchange is going to be next. And obviously Crypto.com, with 80 million users in the retail application here in the US, has a lot of speculation around that they're going to be next with the SEC. And with all of these large institutional investors, large accredited investors that were using the platform and now they're not allowed to because they're getting it shut down by Crypto.com, is a really big tell. And a lot of people are kind of shook about this, but I'm really interested to see how this works out, because when they did the commercial with Matt Damon, and if you haven't seen that, you should definitely check it out. It is really kind of funny because I watched an interview after that with Matt Damon. Somebody pressed him on it and was like, hey, why'd you do this? And he said that Crypto.com was really professional, did a great job. And, you know, I had a great time working with them. But after they did the commercial with him, he donated to his charity that was, I believe it was Charity Water or water.org or something like that. And they matched what he donated. So they paid him for the ad, and then they matched what he donated. So they almost doubled the amount that they paid. And it's a really remarkable thing to have that leak out from Matt Damon, and they didn't say anything about it, which I think was quite interesting. But that was probably the biggest recognized commercial in crypto, was Matt Damon's ad. And I remember seeing it. I remember my wife seeing it and saying like, oh, wow, like this is a big deal. And of course they have the arena, and it's a really big brand all over the world now. So seeing the SEC and Gensler ramping up and saying we do not need any more digital currencies because it's up to him to make that decision. He is really just hell-bent on shutting down all of these exchanges and all of these on-ramps. So I am curious to kind of understand how this is going to play out over the next 3 to 6 months and a couple of years, actually, because this is going to rattle throughout all the exchanges. And Gemini, one of my favorite exchanges over the years, you know, them being sued by the SEC is quite a signal as well. So there's going to be a lot more that I'm going to cover on the channel about this, because they're going all over the place with all of these different exchanges. I know Bittrex shut their US part down. And I remember messaging with Richie 10 years ago now about that exchange and see, you know, how they were setting up in the US and figuring all that out. And it's really a crazy situation when the US can't get this organized and get just regulations set up, and really pushing this offshore is such a mistake. So specifically, the services that have been shuttered by Crypto.com on the institutional side are pension funds, mutual funds, university endowments, and all institutions will be turned off due to the rampant decline in the market over the past 12 months is their statement, and just the target that could be on their back about the SEC. So they said that there's a lack of demand due to the market landscape in the US, but shutting this down is a real interesting time for people in this space. And I hope that, you know, with Binance coming with, I think it was 13 charges from the SEC, and with Coinbase getting sued and Gemini and everything, there's just so much noise and so many pieces of information flying around right now. So I'm hoping that more information comes over the coming weeks and months here, and I'll do my best to keep it covered. But as I said before, going to be doing more videos on BidFi and covering a lot more of the meme token bonanza. That is it for this episode. Slap a like on this video if you want to see more news style content. And don't forget, the link to BidFi is in the description below. And I will see you guys here on the next episode of High Crypto.